I'm Jeff Fritz with SoundStage.com, and I'm joined today by Rune Skov, the Marketing and Sales Director for Gryphon Audio Designs based in Denmark. Rune, how are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you, Jeff. And how are you?
I'm great. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. So first question is, how is Gryphon handling the COVID-19 pandemic in terms of operations? Are you guys still up and running? How are things at Gryphon?
Yeah, so far everything has actually been pretty good on our side. Luckily, with the right precautions and taking everything into consideration, we have managed to maintain the momentum, meaning that we are still running flat out production-wise. We've been a little bit foreseen, so we've been looking into it, and we've been buying enough parts well in advance, and that we are working together with our subcontractors and sub-suppliers and so on, and they have also managed to keep up the momentum all the time. And the fact that we are having so many orders for Diablos, Essence, and all the current products, it has really helped us during these difficult times. And so far, it has been doable. We have managed to ship out to almost everywhere in the world. Of course, some parts they have been locked down completely, so we can't ship there. But in general, I must say that I'm quite surprised that we have managed to keep up production. Almost everyone has been working here at the factory, although we've been working in teams. So some people, they came here very early in the morning and some later. I took around 6 weeks at home, working from a home office. But now I'm back at the headquarters 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's so far it's been good. And yeah.
Well, I know you guys are shipping because I have an Essence stereo amplifier that arrived just a couple of days ago, and it's now sitting in my listening room, so I'm very excited about that, which is really what I wanted to discuss with you today, the Essence products. So we have 2 mono amplifiers or a mono amplifier that you would buy a pair of for stereo operation. We have a stereo amplifier, and we have a preamplifier. Tell me about the Essence products.
Yeah. That's the new pieces. We actually launched them last year. They were shown to the public for the first time in August at the Hong Kong show. But that was like the pre-production types. Now we've been topping up the batch and manufacturing flat out on the Essence. The Essence power amplifiers, they are by far the smallest Gryphon amplifiers in terms of pure Class A.
Okay.
Because all our integrated amplifiers, they are AB, but as soon as you step into the pre-power combos, then you step into the pure Class A topology that we are so well known for, that we have been doing since 1985, and also with the legendary DM100, which is like the basis model for everything that we have been done, over the years. But the Essence series, like I said, they are kind of small. They will fit into smaller homes, whereas a big Antilleon Evo, which is a big audiophile product, may be difficult to put into a small living room or a small listening room. So the Essence offers new opportunities, and will it will speak to probably a different clientele as well.
Well, and that really raises the next question that I have for you. So, the Diablo series, the 120 and the 300, those are integrated amplifier products, and I know those have been super popular. We at SoundStage, we reviewed both products, and we got terrific feedback from people that bought those products and wrote in to tell us, how great they were. But let's say, for instance, we have a Diablo 120 owner, and he or she wants to move up to a more expensive, better Gryphon product, maybe the Diablo 300, but let's say they want to stretch and go to an Essence combination of preamplifier and let's say a stereo amplifier. What would they get? What would they gain sonically going from a Diablo 120 to an Essence combination?
Yeah. What I think is, Jeff, that the integrated amplifiers, they have a lot of power, brutal amount of power, especially the Diablo 300. You can drive everything with them. But the Essence series, as it is pure Class A, and we do believe in tons of current. So the control in the bass is just a different world because you have so much current available. It's just like driving an electrical car. You know, you got all the power available at all time. So the dynamic details, the headroom, the depth, the SoundStage, when moving from the integrated amplifiers to the pre-power combos, it is quite a remarkable step. So if you if you think that 50 watts per channel is enough for you, that you don't play ear-bleeding loud, or you don't have completely inefficient speakers, I think that the Essence combo offers sound-wise, character-wise, some of the great things from, for instance, the Mephisto. The sonic neutrality, the speed, it splits fast, the depth, and it sounds like the Essence is capable of playing even a bit deeper in terms of the bass notes than the integrated amps they are. And I just like this natural flow that the pure Class A topology offers you. That it is so sonic neutral, which is something that we always aiming for, Jeff. Because I've been asked so many times over the years, you know, when I've been working here at Gryphon, so what is the house sound? And I always try to tell people, we don't have a house sound. We aim not to have a house sound because we aim for sonic neutrality. And also the fact that we have it's wide bandwidth. It's extremely wide bandwidth. It is above 350 kilohertz on the amplifiers. So you have a lot of resolution, you have a lot of air, depth, dynamic details, micro details, and so on.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up. When I had the Mephisto for review, you know, the resolution was amazing, but you know, throughout the entire Gryphon line, and I think I've reviewed the Antillean Evo, the Antillean Signature, almost all of the Gryphon stereo amplifiers through the years, and you brought up the bass depth, and I often tell people that you don't really know what your speakers can do in the low frequencies until you put a Gryphon amplifier on them, because there is something, and I've heard it for myself, in what you say about the big Class A amplifiers, and in the bass there's just an amazing power and depth and grandeur to the sound, and so I'm glad that some of that has been distilled into the Essence products.
And I think it is a typical Gryphon thing, that this enormous grip around the drivers, that they start and stop whenever they need to do, that they do not just continue out in the room, and of course that comes from all the current, because when we are running from a stereo to a mono version, we are not bridging the amplifier modules, we are actually running them in parallel. So maybe you get 52 or 54 watts in the mono version, but you will have 440,000 microfarad per channel current. And that makes a difference, no doubt. Right. And I really think that when we're sitting here talking, and we're talking about the Mephisto, the way it sounds, that the Essence has adapted a lot of that character. No doubt, it doesn't have the 200 watts or 175 watts as the Mephisto stereo, but the 50 watts. With the same sonic neutrality and some of the same character, I think that the design team has really pushed the envelope this time for building a small pure Class A at a reasonable price, and I just have to say I'm just proud of being a part of that.
That's fantastic. I'm so excited to get it into my system. So hopefully tonight that will happen. But so last question, Rune. What's your favorite recent listening experience? I see that you're the background there. You're at the Gryphon factory, and I know the listening room there is amazing. And some of the products that you have in the listening room are the best of the best. The top Gryphon products. So I would imagine you've had some pretty special listening experiences. Can you share one of those with us?
Absolutely, Jeff, because there has been so many great listening sessions over the years, when I'm traveling the world, as you know I do normally, 140 days per year, visiting clients and so on. But some of the finest listening sessions, I will have to say that I've had here in the sofa next to me in the listening room, because I'm actually sitting in the listening room right now. This is my daily office. But when we finished the Essence series and I was listening to the prototypes here, the monoblocks, together with the Essence preamplifier and the Ethos CD player and the Pantheon's loudspeakers, it is a relatively small setup in Gryphon terms. But some of the experiences I have had here sitting listening to music, it has just been mind-blowing. What we have achieved over the last couple of years, also with the Ethos CD player. So that has been very unique to me. If I step outside the office, I have one particular experience in mind, and that was last year when I was visiting our distributor, Gryphon Audio in Vietnam. We went to see a private client with a pair of Mephisto Solos and the old top-of-the-line Pendragon system. It was such a phenomenal experience. He was also having the Pandora preamp, the Legato Legacy PhonoStage, and multiple turntables, and a beautiful record collection. This owner, he simply got everything right. I remember I was sitting there for a long time in the listening chair, and he just went through the records, and I was just blown away. That's one of the most memorable listening sessions I've had over the last 5 to 10 years.
I would love to hear a system like that. I would imagine that it's quite something.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. I can remember the room, how it looked, everything, how things were positioning. Everything, it was just spot on.
Well, Rune, thank you so much for joining us today, and that'll wrap up our time, and I hope you have a good afternoon in Denmark.
Thank you very much, Fritz. Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure being a part of this, Jeff. I will have to say that, and thank you for letting us be a part of this new thing that you're running here at the SoundStage Network.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.